Greetings, and welcome to At Home with Economics. I'm your host, Bo Garcia, Dean of Community Education and Workforce Development at Lansing Community College. At Home with Economics is a space where we explore business, workforce, and community development initiatives and how they impact our daily lives. Today we will be interviewing Laurie Lonsdorf. Laurie is the Regional Director of the Small Business Development Center, or SBDC, at Lansing Community College. She's been with the SBDC since 2011, where she has served nearly 2,000 small business clients. Laurie, welcome. And tell me a little bit about yourself. How did you get into this line of work?
Well, thanks, Bo. It's a pleasure to be here. And I have kind of an interesting background. I like to say that business runs in my blood. My father was the vice president of the Knapp's department store chain in the late 70s. Remember when that was open?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And my brother's an entrepreneur. And I had my own marketing and content writing business for about 11 years when I lived in Seattle, Washington. And I worked with a variety of clients, including some of the area's local behemoths like Boeing, Microsoft, but I also worked with mostly small businesses, what we might consider mom and pop shops, and even just individuals self-employed. And that background gave me a really natural transition to helping small businesses when I moved back to Michigan. When I started with the SBDC in 2011, I was hired as senior business consultant, working directly one-on-one with small businesses, and then I became the regional director 3 years ago, about a month after the pandemic started. Perfect timing, right?
Exactly. Wow, that is a very comprehensive background, Laurie. Now, can you give us a kind of the big picture of the SBDC and what you do and who do you serve?
So the SBDC is essentially a business community outreach program that is located at Lansing Community College. The Michigan SBDC is part of a national program. We have about 1,000 service centers across the country. Wow. And in the state, we have 10 regional centers, and they're all hosted at universities and community colleges currently. Okay. We're able to reach out to all 83 counties, and in the capital region, we focus on serving Ingham, Eaton, and Clinton counties. We're here to help Michigan small businesses succeed, essentially. Mm-hmm. We provide confidential free business consulting, business training workshops to help them to start up, to grow, to thrive. People are able to sit down with someone who is trained in business or who managed or owned their own business, and they can get confidential advice and then the steps that they need to take to get started to improve their business or operate more effectively. Mm-hmm. So we only serve for-profit small businesses. Okay. Which by government standards is 500 employees or fewer. And I know that sounds like a lot, but the reality is most of the businesses we work with have less than 10 employees. Okay. And one amazing thing about our program is that our consulting services and our business trainings are all provided free of charge.
Wow, that's really interesting. How is it that you're able to do that?
Well, we have federal, state, and local funding partnership. We have a cooperative agreement with the U.S. Small Business Administration. You probably know about the SBA, that's right. Federal. Mm-hmm. With the Michigan Economic Development Corporation, MEDC, that's state, and our 10 regional hosts throughout the state of Michigan. And so here, obviously, in the capital region, that's Lansing Community College, where we have been generously hosted by LCC for over 35 years.
Excellent.
I like to tell people that they've prepaid through their tax dollars, so they might as well take advantage of the services we have to offer.
Absolutely. Great information. Now, Laurie, tell me a little bit about what a typical client engagement kind of looks like.
Yeah, well, it all depends. We work with businesses in many industries at different times during the business life cycle. We work with restaurants and retail shops, salons, barbershops, fitness centers, event centers, manufacturers, trucking companies, home improvement, healthcare, marketing, artists, photographers, many, many more types of businesses. Mm-hmm. And a lot of these people are startups. We're very well known for working with startups. Right. Some of these people are trying to figure out if entrepreneurship is right for them. They're just kind of dipping their toe in the water. They have an idea, and they really need to see if their idea can fly. We don't want them investing their life savings in something that just doesn't have legs to take off. Mm-hmm. So for them, we start by gathering market research, maybe doing a feasibility study. We help them understand whether there are enough potential customers who might buy their products or services. They need to know who's the competition. How much are people willing to pay? Does the client have the skills needed to operate the business? That's something that I'm always on the lookout for.
Very true.
And so if they get to the point where they're ready to move forward, we can help them with registrations to form their business, their tax registrations, their sales tax, their limited liability company. We advise them to open a bank account, set up their bookkeeping, look into insurance. We're not attorneys, so we can't advise legally, provide legal advice. We're not accountants. We can't provide tax advice, but we can help them understand what next steps they might need to take and the resources that they might need to take those next steps.
Laurie, that is absolutely, that's so comprehensive, very broad. This is tremendous information. How about financing? I mean, that's got to be a big issue.
Yeah. People are always looking for money. And we work with a lot of people looking for loans, whether they're a new business, buying a business, or an existing business. Getting access to capital is one of the biggest needs that they have.
Sure, you bet.
We help clients to write the business plans to make strong case for their business. Now, I'm going to say we don't do the writing ourselves.
Sure.
We provide the resources, the tools, we'll provide the polish, help put it kind of into lender speak. Okay. And one of the exciting things we're doing is we're even starting to use AI to help take the burden off of the shoulders of the business owners in order to write business plans.
Excellent.
The next thing, lenders are going to need financial projections to analyze whether it's a good investment. And so we help businesses determine startup costs, expenses. We produce profit and loss statement, balance sheet, cash flow statement. Then they're ready. That's the loan package. And then we can refer them to lenders that we know might be interested in funding their industry.
Okay. Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah. And many businesses also are growing, expanding. They need other assistance, how to hire employees, do HR, what are marketing strategies, strategic planning. Lots of business owners these days are looking towards retirement, and they need help with succession planning.
Okay.
SBDC provides advice in all of these areas. And if we look back to the pandemic, we remember how businesses were struggling financially. And, we do whatever we can to help make them solid. It might be refining pricing strategies, business models, product ideas, targeting new customers, and just generally better managing their cash flow. We want them to survive. We want them to flourish.
Absolutely. As I've been listening to you, Laurie, it's just amazing. I mean, you go from A to Z, business strategy, concept development, legal structure, marketing plan development, financial plan development. I mean, these are some of the biggest reasons small businesses fail, and some of the work you guys do is just, across the board, just fantastic.
There is never a time in the life cycle of the small business when you don't need some kind of assistance. As they grow, if they get very profitable, they can go hire a consultant. But, lots of business owners just don't get to that point. So we are that resource. And we've worked with businesses that have been in business for 100 years.
That's incredible.
And more. Yeah. And so what's really amazing is all this work is done with just a core team of 4 of us located at LCC. We're small but mighty, and we typically serve about 500 clients a year.
That's amazing.
And then we have other resources too, because we're a statewide team. So we have 2 statewide consulting teams. One focuses on growth or second stage businesses. Those generate over $1 million in revenue. They have more than 10 employees. And then we have a team focusing on advanced technology. And they're usually doing some kind of research and development. They'll have intellectual property, and they might be in the life science or clean tech, and they need help commercializing their technologies.
So not only are you working with traditional small businesses, you're working with innovative life science, clean tech industries, helping commercialize their technology. Laurie, this is a phenomenal resource. So, given that you have that type of array of services, what types of outcomes are you do you produce every year with the SBDC in terms of you have any data?
Yeah. Oh, do we have data? We track it. We're government funded, so you better believe we track it. And so, of those that officially documented their results last year, we helped 44 businesses to start.
Great.
And over $10 million was generated in capital, so that means either they got financing or they invested it themselves. Those businesses created 190 new jobs, and overall we supported roughly 1,300 jobs through our work.
See, that's amazing. I mean, for such a small unit to be able to create and develop and deliver these type of outcomes is extraordinary. The economic impact you're talking about has great ripple effect. And I know that, you're talking about the lives of individuals and their life savings and their dreams, and you're doing phenomenal work there. And so, Laurie, there's a lot being said right now and efforts being made in relation to underrepresented communities. Is there anything that the SBDC has been doing to provide a greater outreach to serve these business owners?
Oh, absolutely. Over the last few years, we've worked very intentionally to serve more underrepresented businesses, meaning people of color, women-owned businesses, veteran-owned businesses. And we've been able to increase our engagement substantially through a couple of initiatives. Okay. One is the One and All Inclusive Entrepreneurship Program that was designed just for these businesses, and they're also at or below the working poor level.
Okay.
We partnered with the Lansing Economic Area Partnership, LEAP, and we provide the business consulting or coaching for this. It's a cohort-based program. Participants also received other services. They were paired with a mentor. They received a seed grant of $2,500, which is just huge, to help move their ideas forward. And it's just been incredibly successful. We finished up our 7th cohort, I think, last week. It's been a 2.5-year period. And over that time, there have been roughly 140 graduates.
That's excellent.
The second program is also a collaboration with LEAP, where we've been able to bring on an inclusion team to provide outreach to better serve some of these small business owners. We hired a recruiter to reach out to the Hispanic community, spread the word about our services. We hired a Spanish-speaking interpreter to make our services more accessible. We hired a female consultant of color who can serve all of these different business owners. And so these initiatives have helped us increase our minority BIPOC engagement by 14%, which is just huge for us.
That's excellent.
Overall, about 41% of our clients are businesses of color, 51% women-owned, and 6% are veteran.
That is exceptional, and that is highly statistically significant. Did you say 41% of your clients are?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Businesses of color.
Yeah, absolutely.
What was that percentage of women again? I'm sorry.
51%.
Wow.
So just a little over half, and that really fits with the community.
Wow, it is just phenomenal. I know that you're very active in the community, the SBDC, and you rely upon in collaboration with other organizations. Who do you work with?
Yeah, we really couldn't do the work we do without our partners and collaborators. So I've mentioned LEAP; they're one of our strongest partners, and of course our funders, SBA and MEDC. But we have a lot of local partners as well. Downtown Lansing Inc., who oversees business activities in the downtown area. We partner with them through their Middle Village Micro Market. It's a retail incubator where we provide training and services to the tenants there. And if you haven't shopped there, it's a great place to check out all these just budding little businesses. We collaborate with Old Town Commercial Association. We work very closely with Downtown Charlotte Merchants and the Charlotte Rising organization. We provide on-site business trainings to tenants of Allen Street Neighborhood Center and their food incubator and accelerated programs. And then we have many partners that include chambers of commerce, including Lansing and the Greater Lansing Hispanic Chamber, the Melanated Business Alliance, Black Wall Streets. We have economic development partners such as Meridian Township and Delta Township as well. And we really try to reach as many organizations as we possibly can.
Wow. Laurie, you and your team are doing some really amazing work. And, I know that these consulting sessions that you have and services you provide are so vitally important to not only a regional community, but also at a very personal level. You meet with individuals, as I mentioned earlier, that have everything at stake. They're putting up their homes and mortgages, and there's a lot on the table. So, really appreciate the care and the sincere work that you do with these individuals and helping them make the best decisions for their lives. So, great job to you and your team. I just want to thank you so much for sharing this great information about the SBDC and how it helps small businesses grow and create jobs for our regional community.
I guess I should say you can find out more about us at michigansbdc.org.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Laurie. Thank you all so much for the pleasure and privilege of your time. At Home with Economics is a space where we explore business, workforce, and community development initiatives and how they impact our daily lives. This has been your host, Bo Garcia. Have a tremendous day.